Hi there, my name is Tianlu Tang and I'm a current student in Art Center College of Design. And today I'm going to present this Google Design exercise to you. Since you can't see me, so I've attached an audio clip to each slide and just make sure everything is explained. So let's begin. Okay, let's start from the research. So what I did as a first step is to see what's going on right now about art centers, organizations, and clubs. So there's no page to display information about that within our school website. And all we got is a PDF that contains all the informations and contact list of the clubs, emailed by school and once per term. And this is a general timeline of how student organizations run on campus. And as you can see that all club registration expire at the end of the term, which is really a problem and pain points for student leaders as well as school administrators. And I did a couple interviews. I talked to the student leadership program director in Art Center College of Design. She told me that it's more realistic for the new students to participate in a club rather than take the leadership in their first term. So I guess in terms of the design, we need to focus more on the searching and browsing for a new student rather than propose a new club. And I also talked to a student president, and she told me some of her pain points as a president, like if she wants more budget, she needs to negotiate back and forth. And it's also hard to promote the club after the club fair since there's no website or page to host all those information. So like club fair is their only chance to get more members. And I also did an online survey. I got 15 samples, which is not a lot by the given time. However, we still can get some insights from that. Like a lot of students, they join the club just for fun and release their pressure. I mean, Art Center is a really, really intense school. And also we can see how students get information about the club and organizations, mostly from the club fair and the school email. Based on the data and the insights I got, I made an affinity diagram. Since I feel like the time is a very, very important element in this project, so I position the different users' behaviors and motivation and the pain points based on this timeline. And the next step is just to move around this nodes and try to find the patterns and the similarities among them. And based on these clusters, I can generate some need and want statements, such as I need continuous stream of club information. I need a platform to promote club activities, and I want to see an overview of all the activities. Here we got our first persona. Chris is a new student to Art Center and also he's new to LA, so he has a very strong social demand and he tries to make more friends and attend more activities. And however, there's nowhere to find the information about student clubs and organizations. Also, he realized that he cannot attend a club fair due to the conflicts in the schedule. And Jose is a third-term student in interaction design, and he's a big fan of VR. And he also wants to practice his leadership, so he tries to propose a VR club. However, he's struggled with finding other founding members for the club, and also he needs more budget to buy the VR headsets. And we have Stephanie. She's the president of Art Center Golf Club for 2 years. And she always wants to attract more people to the club and play golf. However, she figured that there's no efficient way to boost the membership other than the club fair. And also, she has to manually renew the club registration every term, which is really time consuming and also unnecessary. And after that, I made a user journey map based on the life cycle of Art Center, club, and organization. So I positioned our three persona, Chris, Jose, and Stephanie, onto this map with their touch points and pain points at the different time points in this life cycle. So here's the scenario for Chris. He's new to Art Center as well as Los Angeles, so he tried to make more friends in the club and student organizations. But he could not attend the club fair. He was very frustrated about that. Luckily, he got the page that we've designed, which allows him to enroll into any club almost any time, even after the club fair. So he joined in the 3D modeling club with just one click. And on the right side is the requirement list, which also can be called the features that we want to develop in app. So these features are all extracted from the scenarios that we have here. And this is a scenario for Jose, who's an interaction design student and tried to propose a new VR club. He had a hard time to find the co-founders, which are the vice president and the advisor for the club. And he also need more fundings from school to purchase the VR headset. However, with the system, he could easily send out the recruiting message to all students and faculties, and he can also request more fundings with just one click. And the scenario for Stephanie, she's president of the Art Center Golf Club. And she has been worried that there won't be a lot of new members this term because there were not a lot of people at the club fair. However, she realized that people still can enroll into the club anytime after the club fair with the system. And she can also post her club activity on the system, which will potentially attract more people to join the club. Finally, we can step into the design stage. So the first thing I do is the open cart sorting with 2 users. And based on the feedback, I have the 4 categories for all the Art Center student club and organizations, which based on what students want to achieve or get from the club activities. And this is the information architecture, which basically has 2 parts. The first part is for students to view, browse, and search for club and activities. And the second part is a leader portal, which allows them to manage the club. And this is the low fidelity prototype I made. And I also used this to do the user test. And all those pencil marks are the feedbacks from the users.